Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are making the Lola by Swoon. I did make a couple changes. I opted out of the back panel pocket, added a bow on the front. I decided to do zipper tabs instead of squaring off the zippers. I used hidden connectors, and I changed the length of the straps to be a shoulder bag instead of arm crook bag, and I also added a slip pocket. I did add some little accent pieces here on the side. So there's not too many changes, I don't think, but yeah, I think it came out super cute. So as usual, like, subscribe. You don't have to like it, but that's fine. If you have a bag pattern that you'd like to see made, let me know. There is one that I need to make, so I'll probably be making that one soon. If there is maybe another craft you want to see, let me know. If I can do that craft, I will make a video. But see you making the bag. And let's get started making this bag. As always, first things first is the straps. I don't think I ever mentioned why we do the straps first, but really the main reason is because you have a full bobbin. You know you're not going to run out. So this time I did put in a fresh bobbin, unlike the last two. We are still in hotel, so background noise, and you might hear the little ones from time to time. So, you know, I am looking into getting a mic so that my sound can be better as far as you being able to hear me. So that's something I'm looking into. But I'm using double-sided tape from waywack.com. My vinyl I'm using is actually from a local store here called Mill Outlet. I'm not sure if they have a website, but you can check it out. But another good place to get colorful vinyl is My Punk Broderie. So I can link them down below so you can get some nice colored vinyl. Once again, we're not going to butt these ends together because it's going to be a double fold. I do like to do double-sided straps, but because of the fabric I'm using today, it's super custom, and I don't have enough of it to do the double-sided straps, and I still have to do a matching wallet with it. So, yeah. Needle is an 18 jean needle. My thread is actually from Sia Swag that I'm using, so I will link her shop below. Sewing machine is a Juki TL18QVP. It is a high performance and not an industrial. My hardware is from Joann's, and my zipper that I'm using today is actually from Sally Tomato. And that's really, like, there's not a lot that goes into this bag, but it is a really cute bag. I am making a little bit longer than normal straps because she wanted it to be a shoulder strap instead of arm crook. I can't find my tape end. So yeah, I think I cut these at 4 by 28 to make sure that it was a comfortable shoulder strap. We are going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be adding a bow to it as requested, so that'll be fun. our top stitch length at a 4.5, 5, so 1/8 of an inch from the edge. And what I'm gonna do is I'll go ahead and speed through me doing this strap and doing the other strap. Make sure you back stitch. Okay, so straps are done. Next thing we're going to do is assemble the bow that's going to go on here. Where are my bow pieces? I'm going to use double-sided tape to hold it together for right now. I'm going to take the big piece and then I'm going to just lay this. Actually, I should do a smaller, shorter piece. Put it right in the middle, and then we're going to butt the short ends up together. Okay, I'm going to do that same with the smaller one. Tape right in the middle. I'm gonna butt these short ends up together. And I'll take another piece of double-sided tape. And I'm doing small pieces because I want to keep it out of the way of where my seam is going to be. So I put the double-sided tape. You can put it on the back of the small piece or the front of the big piece. It's up to you. And then stick these together. And then same right here. Piece in the middle. We're going to put the big piece here. And then we're going to take this piece and bring it around to where the circle is in the middle. You may have to give it a little bit of a tug. And then another piece of double-sided tape here. Press that all together. Now we have a cute little bow. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take our panels. So we, she does have you fuse it with foam, and I have not fused the foam on here yet because I don't want to have to deal with those layers. That's because this is a lot of layers. So we're looking at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 layers of vinyl looks like, and then we'll have our interface piece. So it is interface with SF101 and 809. So what I like to do is I definitely like to mark where my connectors are going to be. I am doing hidden connectors on this bag. So that's a little bit of a modification of the connector that she has you do. Probably need a better blade on my X-Acto knife here. need to use my other one. Use the other X-Acto knife. It'll be fine. What I'll do is I'll take some fray check and put it right there because it fuzzed up a little bit. So get my other X-Acto knife here. Make sure we have it marked correctly. Okay, so now I mark that, and I'm going to mark my centers so I know where I'm going to place my bow. And then I'm going to take a piece of double-sided tape to try to make sure I keep the bow as steady as possible while I'm sewing it on. I have my connectors here, so I know this is my center. Make sure I bring the bow down enough, but not too much. Cute, 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 cute. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and sew the bow on. Still at that 4.5, 5 stitch length. And oh, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that applique technique. So long tails, no back stitching. Okay, so I did decide to walk it because my machine said no ma'am. So, but now I'm pulling those threads back and tying the threads off. I'm tying both of these together. And then if you want more security, you can take some glue and glue. But now we have our bow on. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and fuse my foam to my 2 pieces, and we'll come back and put on our little accent pieces on. Okay, so I fused the foam. I went back and remarked my connector spots through the foam. So next, what I'm going to do is put on our little accent pieces here. So as far as the accent pieces, I don't even know. I measured it. This is 3.5 by 2.5, and then I just made a little curve. You know, it's not nothing exciting or extraordinary. So I'm gonna take some double-sided tape to hold the little accent pieces in place out of the way of where I'll be top stitching. And I'll go ahead and just do all of them right now. Okay, so when you do the accent pieces, make sure you have 2 going one direction and then 2 mirrored. If you want to know where I got the boat, I don't remember, but it's a boat SVG. I'm sure you can find it, free ones all over the place. I got this bow SVG a long time ago when I was doing like paper crafting and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sure you can find free bows like anywhere. This is actually a very quick sew. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and stitch these in place at the 4.5, 5 length. I usually like to start when I'm doing top stitching accent pieces like at the bottom here, so my back stitch won't accidentally be seen anywhere. I mean, it shouldn't because it'll be in the seam allowance, but that's just me. So I'll go ahead and knock out all 4 pieces. Next we'll do the connectors. And I'll go ahead and speed through these because it's, you know, go down the middle, down your center, and you can actually mark your center if you want. We should do that. So we'll mark our center and then double-sided tape, and we will butt the edges together. And then we'll top stitch at our top stitch length all 4 connectors.
Hi, Daddy.
Okay, so now all we're gonna do is top stitch all 4 pieces on the sides, on both sides, at a 4.5 to 5 stitch length. I'm gonna chain sew these. Okay, so now we have our connectors.
Oh.
So hidden connectors can seem a little intimidating at first, but they really are not. They're not. So I will probably just explain all 4 of them just so we get down the technique. It's not really that hard. So first, I'm going to take our connector wrong side up. So you see that seam is going to actually be facing up.
Mommy, I'm making you with these.
Okay, thank you.
We need one.
Shh.
Next.
Hold on, that's not. It didn't cut all the way through the foam. There we go. Okay, so wrong side up. And you're not gonna push down too much. You'll pull it through. I don't know. When I make these hidden connectors, I always make the connectors 2 by 3, so 2 inches wide, 3 inches length, and so I'll pull it through about this much.
Here, Mommy.
Okay, thank you. Shh. Go sit down, please. Shh. I can do the video. Thank you. All right, and get this other one through. So now, all right, you can see connector through there. So this, okay, this is where it can get a little confusing. So you see, this is where our fabric is, right here. We're going to sew on the vinyl side first, okay? So vinyl side first. And you can do that at your constructive length, the 3.5, 4. Back stitching at your start and stop. Okay, so now I'm going to clip these as close as I can. Or I could have got a thread zapper. It's no doing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take the rectangle rings and thread the connector through, and then pull it back through that loop, that hole that you put. Kind of gotta maneuver it in there. Now you're pulling it through the opening. And there you have a hidden connector. So show it once again. Put the rectangle through, fold over, and pull that connector through your opening. Not very complicated at all. It looks intimidating at first because you're like, well, how do you do that? You know, but I love to do hidden connectors. So my top stitch length, and now your connector has double the security. Oh, did not like that. All right, so you change out my needle. Because it's probably bent now. All right, I'm gonna change out my needle and be right back to do the other connectors. Okay, so we're back to do the other connectors. So same thing, wrong side up and through our slit here, which mine is not wide enough here. Through our slit. Take the other one, do the same thing. Wrong side up. Dang, this phone. Where'd it go? There we go. Wrong side up. Through the slit. And so you see why I definitely opted out of interfacing the phone before I did the bow, because my machine probably would have made that noise like the whole time I was trying to put the bow on. So on the vinyl side, our constructive length. So right here is where we're going to sew. I think also my machine made that noise because I can be kind of an aggressive sewer and tend to try to move things along quicker than it should. So it possibly wasn't my machine's fault. So we have our two connectors. So now I'm going to thread the connector through and back through that slit. Thread it through. Through the slit. You could possibly just pop this piece up to give it less layers. So this part right here, you can pop it up while you're sewing this down. I don't know if it makes a difference in the way the connector looks, but that's something you can try. So our top stitch length. And go slow. Sometimes this is a bonded nylon thread, and sometimes it gets caught under that cone. I think I might have to maybe like put it in a mug or something. I don't know. If you've ever had that problem, you let me know. Let's go ahead and get this other one down. Slow and steady wins the race. And so we'll clip that. Ooh, that was loud. Alright, so we have our connectors on, accent pieces on, bow on, and strap done. Next thing we're gonna do our lining pieces. We'll go ahead and I'm doing a slip pocket and a zipper pocket. So the slip pocket, since I am using the water resistant canvas, I'm just gonna fold over this raw edge and top stitch it, and then I'll baste it to my main piece. So I'm just folding back the raw edge and then using the base stitch to top stitch this down. And then I'm going to find my centers, and I'm going to do a split slip pocket. Just going to line this up and baste this down. Okay, so we get the slip pocket done. Now we'll do our interior zipper pocket. Oh, this got cut. Hold on, I need to recut my piece. So I think I might have had that pocket piece under another piece when I was cutting. I don't know. It got cut, but it's fine. I had enough to recut. So same thing, find our centers. Place our pocket.
I will give you my towel.
Okay. We're gonna mark where our zipper is going to be.
Yeah. It's fine.
Where'd my other pen go? I'll use this pencil. So guys know the routine here. Right sides together, and you want to try and match up your start and stop. Constructive length. So now we'll cut down the center and make our little darts. It looks crooked, but I think it's because of this pocket piece. Oh, it's crooked right here. Down the center. And then we'll make those little dart marks.
Hey, what's going on?
Now we're going to pull the wrong sides together. And you can, if you're using fabric for the lining, you can press it. You can press it with this water resistant canvas. You would have to press it on this side because the shiny side will melt from the heat of the iron. And you need to use a lot of steam in order not to burn it. I usually just finger press it and move along. And just kind of do a little roll here. Do a little roll here. And now we will get our zipper on. Top stitch length, and you go all the way around. Also, you can use double-sided tape to place your zipper. I just hold it there. Our zipper is on. Now we will place our other zipper panel together, and we're just going to sew the short edges and the top edge. We were going to leave this open at the bottom. Now we can actually, oh wait, we'll get to assembling the bag. I am putting zipper tabs. This is some, she doesn't have you do it. The way she has you is squaring up your zipper. I'm just not a fan of doing that. I do it if I have to, but this way I don't have to, so zipper tabs it is. I can take another zipper and show you how to square it. could have been a little bit closer to the edge there. But I think that's okay. Okay, so with the squaring of the zipper, you would take it, pull it, and then literally like make a little square here, and then you would tack it down. You could hand sew it down, use your machine, and that is how you would square it and have a nice clean zipper that meets up without having to use zipper tabs. But I like zipper tabs on certain things, so yeah. I'm gonna find my center of my zipper. Now we can take one of our main panels. So I'll just take the front panel because the front panel is the bow. It's so cute. I did not realize. Skip a stitch there. I think it's okay. Oh, I already put the foam on, so I can't sew that. It's okay. So we have our centers here marked. And now she does give you direction on how much space you should have from the edge of your zipper to the edge of the pattern piece. So just make sure you follow that. And then I am actually going to change out from my Teflon foot back to my regular foot. My regular foot works a lot better when it comes to doing these layers and top stitches and different things like that. So I like to use my regular foot whenever I can. Now we're going to take our zipper, make sure it's right side with the exterior panel, and we'll go ahead and base this in place with that top stitch length. Okay, so we'll take one of our lining pieces, and this is my front. I like having the zipper pocket on the back panel, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the side with the slip pocket and sew this on. So clip it down and sew it at your recommended seam allowance. Now we'll go ahead and sew this down at your seam allowance. Constructive stitch length. Okay, so now we're going to pull these wrong sides together, pull that zipper out. I'm gonna make sure that curve looks nice, that nice little curve. Now I'm going to top stitch. I'm only going to top stitch from zipper tab to zipper tab. And that's at that 5.5 to 4, or 4.5 to 5. Okay, so now I'm going to put my bottom onto my exterior. And I'm going to, I don't think I said it, but I did interface the bottom with Decovil Heavy. So Pellon 526, you can find this at Joann's. I'm just going to sew right next to the interfacing at our constructive length. And then I'm going to do the same with this lining piece. I'm going to put this, the bottom on. We are almost done with this bag. This constructive stitch length. So now we're just going to do our other exterior piece. Line up. I don't think we found our centers on this one. So find our centers and get our other exterior piece on. Center with the zipper. Zipper and exterior piece right side together. Right, we're going to place that in place. Now we'll get our other lining piece on. Make sure you open that zipper. Right sides together to the lining piece. And now we'll sew this in place with our allotted seam allowance with our constructive stitch length. Okay, so wrong sides together. And then I'm going to go ahead and open this zipper all the way. It'll help me, give me a little bit of some leeway to get this top stitch done. Once again, the top stitch is only going to be from zipper tab to zipper tab, and be sure to pull your bottoms from out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to take our exterior bottom piece, and go ahead and attach it. Same thing, only sewing right next to that interfacing piece. And now I'm going to clip the sides together, matching up my accent pieces and the best I can, and my top pieces here. Okay, so now that's all clipped up. What I'm going to do is sew up the sides, and I'll be sewing like right next to the foam, not over the foam, right next to the foam. Okay, so I should have explained that what I do here is once I get to where the lining and exterior meet, lining and exterior meet, I pivot so that I am able to follow the shape of the bag just right. So now what we do is we'll split the seam and go ahead and get these bottoms. We're not going to connect the bottom of the lining piece just yet. So we'll go ahead and do the bottom of the bag now. The exterior of the bag. And you split the seam to avoid too much bulk on one side or the other, and it helps the bag sit nicely. And now all we're going to do is sew right next to the interfacing like before. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and turn the bag out. Make sure your zipper pocket is open. Excuse me. Okay, pushing all corner pieces out. And then you want to make sure you push your zipper tabs out if you're using zipper tabs. We're going to push the lining back in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my zipper pocket and pull the lining pieces through the zipper pocket. And push the zipper pocket pieces down a little bit. And now we're going to line up our bottom here. And you have your little notches here on your bottom piece here to make sure you're lining your bottom up pretty nicely. So it's less of a struggle birthing this bag because you don't close the bottom before birthing it. And so you're not birthing it through the pocket. So now we'll sew this down and we'll just do the same thing with the bottom. Sew the straight edge down and then the side pieces down. The best way to do these side pieces is just to take these two straight edge pieces and pull them together and pull them out, and it should help you line everything up together. So I'll do both sides real quick. Okay, so now we're going to push this lining piece back down into the bag. You can, if you want, if you made your pocket big enough, you can birth it through the pocket if you wanted to. Close the bottom up and birth it through the pocket. It's up to you. You know, this way isn't too bad, so I continue to do it this way on this bag. So now, of course, we're going to take our pocket out. We're going to fold our pieces in on themselves. We'll close this pocket up. And like I said, I always do my pocket at the constructive stitch length just because more stitches holds it together as people are shoving things into the pocket. You know, your day-to-day, you're not really thinking about how well is this pocket put together. So I use the constructive stitch length here. It's definitely up to you. And now we just got to get our handles on, and this beauty is done. How cute. I'm just pushing those corners of the pocket in as much as possible. Can't get this corner pushed. All right, there we go. All right. Alright, so now we'll just get our straps on. Oh, I didn't trim the edges like I usually do. Get them straight. straight. Now, one thing that I have started doing from time to time, if you can get edge coat for the edge of your straps. You can also do acrylic paint if you wanted to. I don't have that on me right now, so I'll have to do it later off camera. But it does kind of give the straps a finishing touch, so it's pretty nice. You could always get strap-ins, but I think it's kind of expensive for straps done like this. So now we have shoulder strap length, and got our hole punch here, which I got mine from one from Hobby Lobby, one from Michael's, I believe. So my rivets are from Tandy Leather. Alright, so I will have the pattern, the link to the pattern below. And then I am using, this is a rivet press from Cam Snap. So, and I'll, like I said, everything will be linked below. Okay, so the bag is done. Get the cute bow in the front. Accent pieces are lined up pretty decently. This one's slightly off, but you know, I do the best that I can. So it'll be a nice, oh yeah, perfect. So once again, like, subscribe. Don't like it, like I say, I don't know why you wouldn't. I didn't offend anybody. But let me know if there's a pattern that you'd like to see, maybe another craft. The other thing that I did not mention is that I will be gluing these pieces down just to keep the bow from catching onto things and tearing off. So just get some liquid fusion or fabric tack or whatever, and just kind of glue these pieces down to give it some more stability. Other than that, that's it. So it's a cute, quick bag. It does have quite a bit of space in it, you know, and I added a slip pocket to it. So I'll list a couple of the other changes that I made when I do the intro to the video. But I really hope you liked the video, and see you next time. Thanks.